Good afternoon. My name is Abel Frederick. I work with United Way of the Plains, and welcome to our 2022 Memorial Day event, Flags of Freedom. As we gather here today to pay tribute to those men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice, I'd like to deliver a few remarks. September 11th, 2001 was a very strange day for me. I was in my senior year of high school, and myself and two other classmates had no idea what was in store for us. Those two classmates were Watson R. Janvier and Kip A. Jacoby. As I made plans to come to Kansas to pursue collegiate football, those two young men made plans to enlist in the United States Army. A year after graduation in 2002, Watson was killed during a training exercise on July 10th, 2003. On June 28th, 2005, Kip A. Jacoby, Sergeant Kip A. Jacoby, was killed during Operation Red Wings. I think of everything that I was able to experience and everything that I am today. And I often wish that my friends were able to partake in those things with me. But I also understand that those men gave the ultimate sacrifice so that I am able to be what I am today. And I'm able to live in the greatest country in the world and enjoy all the freedoms that I'm able to enjoy. So as we have these 600 flags that commemorate the lives of the men and women who have given all, I ask that you remember and put aside your differences and remember that we are in the greatest country in the world and that there are some that gave all for us to be able to be here. I'm honored to be here with Mayor Whipple, Teresa Pert, Major Chad Herner, and our president, our United Way of the Plains president, Pete Nahara, as they will also give remarks. Thank you all so much for coming. Please enjoy today's event. And I'd currently like to turn things over to our McConnell Air Force Base Honor Guard, which will be followed by our national anthem.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brandon Whipple, and I'm proud to be the mayor of the great city of Wichita, Kansas. And I want to thank each and every one of you. For taking the time out today to come join us for this celebration, this memorial, and this recognition of not just our veterans, not just the folks who serve honorably in our military to defend our freedoms, but also those who have given their everything so that we can enjoy a day like today, and that day, in a weekend like this weekend, where after this we can go be with our families without fear that our freedoms will be impinged upon. You know, in my role in politics, I have to tell you that the rhetoric gets a little bit too much at times. But when you dig down deep into our political divide, I find you got the party of Reagan, a party that really focuses on liberty. And then over here you got the party of JF Kennedy, the party that really focuses on justice. And every single day in this country and in this community, we have children like my kids over here who begin with a heart, hand over their heart, to do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and they say liberty and justice for everyone. Because the reality is, liberty and justice are the pillars of freedom in which our nation is built upon. And those freedoms don't come free. And I will tell you that you being here today, and the people who talk about those who have given their all, like the previous speaker, the people who post pictures of heroes from their families, pictures of heroes from their communities on social media, is a deep reminder that freedom depends on justice and depends on us making sure that we don't take it for granted. So with that, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank Lodge 70 for having us. I want to thank the United Way. And I want to make sure that folks know that this is a tradition that needs to be carried on, not just last year, which we were here, but sadly we're inside because of the weather. But this year, this is our second year hosting this, and I look forward to many years to come, and it's because of folks like you who know that freedom and justice aren't just words, that they are the pillars that we built this nation upon, and that we have to continue to remind that next generation, instill these values so they don't think that this is just a day for barbecue. Instead, that they know that this is a day for us to come together and remember the sacrifices that it took so that we can be the greatest nation on earth, so that we can enjoy freedom and that we can enjoy prosperity. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Teresa Peart, and I am the District Secretary Treasurer here. It is an honor and a pleasure to stand in front of you all on behalf of the International Association of Machinists and let you know that we are honored. We are proud to have these flags out here. I myself am the mother of two veterans. I'm the daughter of a veteran, the granddaughter and the great-granddaughter of a veteran. But I'm proud to tell you I signed that check myself, and I am a Marine veteran. I did not have to give the ultimate sacrifice to be here. But when we get out this weekend, please remember, this Memorial Day, we honor the service, their courage, and most of all, the ultimate sacrifice that others have made for us to have this freedom, for us to be able to enjoy what we have today. So anytime anybody comes, Mario from United Way knows, if there's anything to do with veterans, I stand proud, I stand strong, and I really appreciate and welcome you all today on District 70's behalf.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Major Chad Herner, and I'm the commander of the 22nd Logistics Readiness Squadron here at McConnell. It's an honor to be here today to take part in this important event as we pay tribute to our fallen service members, the brave men and women who volunteered to step up and make a difference in the world, and ended up making the ultimate sacrifice. As a military service member, I often hear the phrase, "Thank you for your service," when I'm out and about. My response is typically the same. I say thank you in return, and often have the presence of mind to follow it up by saying, it's an honor. By that I mean it's an honor to serve in the defense of this nation. Even more so, it's an honor to count myself among the few who have made the same oath to defend the Constitution of the United States and the principles which made this country free. However, service is also synonymous with sacrifice. While it's never the plan, we all volunteer knowing that one day our service may turn into sacrifice to protect those around us, both right there in the moment and back here at home a world away. I've had the privilege of serving in the military for 14 years now, and I came in like most do, looking to be a part of something with a meaning and a purpose, and the opportunity to make a difference. And really the opportunity to be a part of something greater than the sum of its individual pieces. Also, like many others, I really didn't have a long-term plan beyond learning to trade, hoping to see the world, and really just make a difference. However, once I was on active duty, I knew it was exactly where I was supposed to be. I was able to see not only the difference and impact that individual missions have, but the difference in the impact that people have on one another. Like so many others, I saw the opportunity to make a positive impact on those around me. And that's what we should be reflected on this Memorial Day. The incredible difference that the men and women who wear the uniform make on those around them. Not just in time of great wars, but also in time of crisis, emergency response, humanitarian operations, and even in training and peace. As a commander, when all new airmen come into my unit, I sit down with each of them to welcome them and offer some insight onto the principles that matter to me in the unit. To drive home one of the points of service, I ask them all, if they're downtown in Wichita, they strike up a conversation with a stranger and they ask, what do you do for a living? The answer is invariably the same. They say, I'm in the Air Force. They don't say that they're mechanics or supply technicians or truck drivers or medics or pilots. They say that they're in the Air Force. And I'm certain that's the same for every single branch of service. That's the answer they give because that's how they identify themselves. They're a part of something bigger, a part of something that matters, and a part of something that makes an impact on countless others around the world. Less than 1% of Americans currently serve in the active, guard, and reserve components of all military branches. To count myself among them is an honor, and to live up to the example that our predecessors have set and the sacrifice of those fallen service members is a challenge. We are where we are today because of those that have come before us. Every success we have is thanks to them and their sacrifice. Military service is not a job, it's a profession, the profession of arms. We volunteer to put ourselves in harm's way and answer the call when needed. Oftentimes, especially lately, that call comes at a moment's notice and we're out the door in a number of hours to parts unknown to carry out a mission, and most importantly, to defend the teammates on either side of us. Military service is obviously inherently dangerous, and many have paid the ultimate price. But service members aren't just in the military. We're sons, daughters, brothers and sisters, fathers, mothers, spouses, members of the community, and so much more. And when we lose a service member, we often lose all of those other important roles as well, which makes it so devastating. So as we spend time this important holiday weekend remembering the sacrifice of more than 1 million men and women who perished in defense of this nation, including more than 13,000 brave Kansans, it's fitting to feel the sadness of that loss. However, let that sorrow be fleeting and give way to a sense of pride and honor. Proud to know that their sacrifice was not in vain. It enabled the defeat of tyranny several times over, the uniting of nations, the saving of countless others along the way, and our very presence here today. Let us honor too the indelible impact they had on those around them, that they don their uniform every day with their intent to help and protect their brothers and sisters in arms. As I said, it's an honor to serve, and it's a privilege to count myself among the few who take that oath, especially those who have given their lives for us to be here today. Let their memory live on, for their service and sacrifice is the greatest gift they could bestow upon us. Thank you again for allowing me to be part of the ceremony, and a final thanks to those deployed around the world in harm's way right now, providing us the opportunity to be here today. Thank you.
My name is Pete Nahara. I'm the President and CEO of the United Way. Mayor Whipple, Ms. Pert, Major Herner, all of you here today, thank you for coming out. Let me begin first by thanking Machinist Lodge 70. Cornell Beard could not be here, but Ms. Teresa's here for hosting this event for the second year in a row. I also want to thank Judy Pierce, who is here today, representing the Wichita Labor Federation, for all they do to support this event and the veterans in our community. I also want to give a special shout out to Sheet Metal Lodge 29, the Society for Professional Engineering Employees of Aerospace, for all their help in making this field happen again this year. You know, about 98 years ago, Calvin Coolidge in 1924 was thinking about World War I and what just happened. And he saw the destruction of nations, and he was thinking about how all these men and women were coming back to their countries and how nations were rebuilding themselves. And he was thinking about those that were doing it well and those that weren't doing it so well. And he issued a warning that I think about today. And he said, "The nation which forgets its defenders will itself be forgotten." And in the course of those 98 years since he said that, unfortunately, our nation has been in multiple wars and conflicts. And in every instance, we called upon men and women in our community to step forward to help defend democracy, defend our way of life, defend our Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And here, these 600 flags represent the men and women in Wichita who stood up and said, "Send me. I will go. I will help protect those who need to be protected." And so I am grateful. I am humble to live in a community that comes together and remembers those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. That in so doing, we have not forgotten our defenders, and we have not forgotten who we are and what we stand for. At this moment, we're going to play taps. I ask that everybody stand and recognize and think about those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. This concludes our ceremony, but please feel free to walk out into the field among the flags and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you very much.